Hello and welcome to today's Ark tutorial. In focus, today I will be telling you everything you need to know about the Pteranodon. The Pteranodon is a must-have early tame that will drastically shrink the map and allow you to get to spots on the map that you wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. It is also one of the favorite tames for any PvP enthusiast. The Pteranodon is easy to tame, it's small, quick, and it will come in handy later on towards endgame when you're ready to steal some precious wyvern eggs. You can unlock the Pteranodon saddle at level 38. Now, in order to prepare for taming, you will need to have one of its favorite foods. At the top of the list is regular kibble, but if you don't have that, a close second is raw mutton, which is easy to acquire on maps like Valguero and Ragnarok from the Ovis. But if you're having problems finding the Ovis in any other map, then you can always use raw prime meat, which you can get from most medium to large dinos and alphas. You can also feed them raw meat, which you can get quite easily, but it takes much longer to tame with it. And remember that the more your dinos eat, the lower the taming effectiveness it will end up with. Make sure you have a few bolas that you can use to immobilize them, and you will also need some trike arrows and either a bow or a crossbow, the crossbow being more effective. Now that we're ready, let's go ahead and tame up Pteranodon. First, we use a bola to make it stop moving. You can wait until it lands, or if you're good at throwing bolas, you can bring it down while it's flying. Once it lands, make sure you hit the very top of its head with a trike arrow to bring it down quickly. Remember that bolas only give you 10 seconds to knock it out, so don't dilly-dally, or you will have to use another bola to bring it back down. But they are quick, so you may have to end up running after it until it chills out and it decides to land again, or at least get close to the ground to the point that you can reach it with another bola. Another way to tame it is that instead of using trike arrows, you can kick it with an Equus if you have one. I will leave a link on the description if you want to give an Equus a try. Once the Pteranodon is down, you can build an enclosure around it to keep it safe from predators, but if it's in a relative safe area, you can just guard it. You can starve tame it if you feel more comfortable with that. If you don't know what starve taming is, I will leave a link on the description for a video that goes over taming. Whenever you're ready, you can put the food in its inventory and it will begin taming. Make sure you have a saddle ready so when it finally tames, you can equip it and you can fly towards the sunset together. Make sure to put levels on stamina and a little bit on weight because it can't carry much, but most of its levels need to go to stamina. How do you maneuver with a Pteranodon? Well, to take off and land, you use the jump button. That's the spacebar on a PC, the A on Xbox, and the X on PlayStation. To mount and dismount, you use the E on PC, the Y on Xbox, and the triangle on PlayStation. To perform the air roll, you use the crouch button, which is the C on PC. On Xbox and PlayStation, you press the right joystick. The Pteranodon is able to carry smaller creatures by pressing the outfire button while flying or hovering over the creatures. But don't try to get crazy and try to pick up a larger dino because it's not going to happen. In fact, here's a list of the creatures that you can pick up. The Pteranodon will come to a full stop with the X key on PC, and there doesn't seem to be a button for this function on the consoles, unfortunately. And lastly, be careful not to get too low over water that you accidentally touch it, because if you do, you will be dismounted right away. But if you do end up in the water, make sure you whistle to follow and try to mount it when it gets close enough to you that you can see the prompt to ride it. And there you have it. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing so you won't miss any future Ark tutorials. Thank you for your time and see you next time.